Hi, and thanks for tuning in. Bryce York here from the product team at Tatari. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the new streaming insertion order feature that we're shipping out. And so let's kick this off in your inbox. So what we can see here is a new streaming insertion order that's just come through. So we're categorizing these orders into three different buckets. We have new, revised, and cancelled orders. And they each get a different treatment to make it really easy to know what action is required. And we also have an email that comes through for approved, confirmed orders. And we're going to run through all of that here in this video. So we can see here that we have the new order that's come through for our client Future Unicorn. And so all the key information you need is included up here in the subject line. So we're highlighting the fact that it's a new order and that it's for our client Future Unicorn via Tatari, of course, and that the start of the flight dates for this order is Monday, 5/18/20. We then jump into the email itself, and we have any additional notes that are sent through from the media buyer here, and then we call out the key details of this particular order. So the agency, the client, a product description for your trafficking teams, the flight dates for the campaign, the unique campaign name, which is in the standard Tatari format, which is client, network, targeting, and whatever the time frame is. So in this case, it's a broadcast quarter, 3Q20. We then have the unique ID of the order, so it's easy to find. And from here, you can click through to view and approve the order. So let's go through our first streaming insertion order. So this is for our hypothetical client, Future Unicorn, on the hypothetical network TTRI TV. So we can see here layout of the page, including a print button. So if at any point you need a downloaded offline copy, or if you need to print a physical version of the insertion order, this is the place to do that. So you can just click that and you'll get a copy ready to go in whatever state the order is in. So then let's go top to bottom through the sections of the order. Should see everything you're familiar with laid out nice and neatly, so it's easy to find, easy to understand, and allows you to move through your orders super quickly. So we can see here the flight dates of the order, Monday, October 28th, 2020 through Sunday, December 1st, 2020. Campaign name, again, listed here. So this is the client name, the network code, any targeting, and then the time frame for that campaign. We then include any specific order notes that come through here. There may not be anything here, but if there is, it'll just be additional information regarding the order that doesn't fit into another category down below. So one example here is that over this rather lengthy campaign, we have 2 blackout days that we just need to exclude from the campaign. We then list out the billing contact for the order and all of the recipients of any of the emails that are coming through regarding this order. So the email you saw before would have been sent through to yourself, but then CC'd each of these addresses. We then have any specific order terms laid out here. So in this case, Tatari reserves the right to cancel this insertion order. We then move to the core order layout down here, which is a table of the standard booking request, and if there's bonus impressions as a line item, that's shown directly underneath it. So in this case, we have a standard booking on the sports genre for a total allocation of $4,000 at a CPM of $8.77. We then have bonus impressions for 925,500 impressions. And then we have this information all aggregated into an effective CPM here of $5.02 and a total impressions of 2.45 million and 500. We then move into the frequency caps. So we can see here the standard frequency caps that we use, but as you would know, some of our clients will change these based on their needs and their campaigns and their creatives. So we can see here an hourly cap of 2, a daily cap of 6, and a campaign level cap of 20. From here, we move into the specific pacing instructions, starting with the blackout window, so a period of time that we don't want to run. This won't be used for all campaigns, but when it is, we're requesting that no ads are run during this time window. And so we can see here 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. We then highlight the airing days for this campaign. So in this example that we're running through here, this is a weekday only campaign. So we've got highlighted, for want of a better word, in black, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. From here, we then go into the allocation breakdown. So we can see that this is broken down by campaign month. So this is obviously tied to our payment side of things. So when you're invoicing us, we have a clear lineup of what the allocation is that goes for each calendar month. So in this example, we can see that for October, there is an allocation cap of $800. For November, an allocation cap of $2,400, and a December cap of $800. Reason being that this is for the media weeks October 28th through November 25th. And this is the breakdown by week. So these are the targets for each of the media weeks. And you can see here that for the week of November 18th, that this is a dark week. From here, we move into the creative allocation section. So this is more of an FYI rather than having to configure anything, but this gives you the ISKIs, allocation percentage, and click-through URL. So this is all obviously configured through the VAST tag, but it's here for your reference and to make sure everything is copacetic. And for reference, down the bottom here, we can have your unique insertion order ID. So if you're looking to reference this particular IO, this is the ID that you want to be doing that with. From here, we then go into the terms and conditions. The ones shown here are just mock-ups, so don't worry about reading them. You can go through those in the sample IO that's linked from the landing page where you'll be watching this video. So the Tatari terms are listed on top, as well as any network publisher specific terms down below. So if you have any requirements for that, be sure to send them through to the media buying team or to feedback@tatari.tv. From there, you can see the two actions that you have available, and you would have seen them as you're scrolling through the page. They're always there, so it's quick and easy to take an action. So the request changes action here will open up an email in your default email client with a subject line, body content, and recipients already pre-configured for you. So all you have to do is start typing. So that will automatically reference back to this insertion order, and we'll send the email to the media buyer, who in this case we'll say was me, and then CC everybody else, including the contacts on your side. So everybody is in the loop and on the same page. And so a prime use case for this is if there's an accidental typo within the CPM, for example, and you required us to update that and pull that through. And so you'd send through that request for changes. That email would come through the media buyer. The media buyer would then jump into the booking tool on our side, make the changes that are required, and then resend the insertion order. And that will come through to you with a new email ready to go to sign and approve, which is the next step. So here we have the sign and approve action, which is what you'll be using, of course, the majority of the time. And so we'll click that action. That then opens the fields to then sign the order online. So this should be a significant time saver. No more downloading, exporting, printing, uploading, emailing back and forth. Now you can just sign it directly online within the system. So you'd enter your name and your title and then hit approve order. And from here, it's then automatically timed and date stamped and countersigned from our side. And from here, you'll have received an email with a record of the approval and a reference back to this order. You can see an example of that here. So that comes through with the confirmed prefix, so it's easy to find, and highlighted with a nice green stripe along the top, and a reference to the exact date and time that the order was approved, so that you're not relying on the timestamp of when the email was sent. And from there, if you need to get back to it, you can always click through to the order. So that's the core process. And so let's just run through the other two situations, which is cancellations and revisions. So again, we'll get kickstarted in the inbox. And so we'll start with the cancellation. So cancellation comes through prefixed with canceled. And then you can go through to the email. It'll then be linked through to allow you to confirm the cancellation. And so if we click through to that, you then get a very clearly identified cancellation request, which then gives some notes as to why that is. So in this case, Future Unicorn wants to switch to run of network instead of the targeted sports request. And so they're going to cancel this IO and send through a new one for run of network. And so from here, you can just hit the sign and approve cancellation button, go through the same workflow as before, and you'll receive a confirmation that the order has been canceled. And then finally, this is the best kind, is the revised order that comes through. So of course, when you're extending an existing order to add another week or increase spend, this is what you're going to be seeing. So there should be plenty of these coming through. So these are prefixed with revised in the subject line, and any notes are included here again. And then from here, you can click straight through to the order. And so it being a revised order means that the items that have changed are clearly highlighted so you can't miss them. And so you can see the banner across the top to say that it's a revision order. And from there, then, in this case, we've got the flight dates are highlighted because we're extending the campaign by, I believe, 2 weeks. So let's scroll on down. You can see that the allocation and impressions have changed because we're extending it and increasing spend accordingly. You can then see that in this example, we've changed from a 7-day-a-week campaign to be weekdays only. So the airing days has been highlighted. And you can see that we've now added an additional week to the campaign, which is highlighted over here in the campaign week with a $1,000 target, which has then adjusted the caps for November and December, since November 25th falls in the middle of 2 months. So we can see here November 2020 and December 2020 are now updated with allocation caps. And then from here, you can go through and sign and approve just as you did previously. So this is the new insertion order process that we've been working on. We really look forward to hearing your feedback on it and hope that it saves you as much time as we think it will. This is going to be rolling out in the next few days towards the end of June 2020. So between now and then, we'd love you to send through your terms if you've got any that need to be added to the insertion order so we can get them up and running, and to confirm which contacts are best to be receiving the emails as they come through. We'd also ask that you share this video and the landing page that explains the new process with everybody in your team that's going to be working with these insertion orders. If you have any comments or questions, be sure to send them through to feedback@tatari.tv. I've been Bryce York. See you next time.